Be a bit more thrifty, maybe. Oh, hey, look at that. We're back. We back. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Whoa, hold
Good
on.
to be back.
Wait. You were blowing the speaker out. Holy shit.
Really?
Oh, my God. 1 sec. Okay, say something now.
Shit down?
No, it's not you.
Hello, test.
No, somehow, in between this episode and last episode, Discord was like, crank that dude's gain up. I fixed it.
People want to hear from me.
I have fixed it though. You should be good, so don't mess with your volume. I've got you at a pretty decent.
I didn't.
Good. Well, that was strange. I bet it would probably be because I increased the input gain on your compressor by like a ton last time while the folks, just as a heads up, this is going to be a couple of strange episodes. Technical difficulties are back. My computer is dying as we speak.
Did they ever leave?
Did we ever leave? You're right. No, but things are out of whack with my computer. I'm working on it. I have some projects I have to get done before I can start tinkering with my actual build. But the point is, folks, we're here. It's another episode of DrawBomb. We are back. Welcome. I am Ian. This is Brandon. This is DrawBomb. This is DrawBomb, the show where... Brandon, how are you today?
Doing great.
Good.
Doing great now that we're up and running.
Yeah, it took us way too long. Sorry for the delay, everybody.
I'm real pleased. We got Mad Lad in the chat. Welcome, Mad Lad. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Welcome. It's another day of DrawBomb, everybody. Here we are. Brandon, how have you been this last week?
Well.
Yeah. Hope you're all doing well.
Good. Let's see, what have I been doing?
I feel so out of whack with all these technical difficulties.
So it's a hard way to start the show.
It is.
But it's all right. We're gonna snap right back here. I have been good. I've bent kind of getting into that spooky season, the fall season. Went out a little bit for some Halloween shenanigans.
Nice.
On Saturday, that was fun.
Very cool.
I've been eating some soups. You know, that's the thing you do.
Soups are good for the cool time. I love soup.
Soup is good. I've been trying to figure out how to get rid of all the leaves in my yard. Gosh,
the eternal struggle.
For you normal people, the answer is rake. But there's so many leaves. You guys wouldn't understand what I'm dealing with unless you too live in the woods. Then you would understand. But I don't know. I'm trying new things. I'm going to conquer the leaves. I have to figure out how.
Hell yeah, you're gonna
thing to hold behind my lawnmower that will hopefully collect them. And if it doesn't, what a waste of money.
Jeez. Yeah, I was gonna say actually, a lawnmowers take the grass clippings and then like shoot them into a bag normally. If you're just
the average one doesn't bag it.
Oh really?
Shoots it over to the side.
Shows how much I know about.
You have to get.
Shows how much I know about farm equipment, or not farm equipment, yard equipment.
Yep, I call my yard the farm. You know.
Yeah, as you do.
Out on the farm again.
Out on the farm. I just watched a Meat Canyon video about like kids PSAs where it's just like a bunch of kids dying and like one of them is like on a farm. So that's on my mind.
The new one?
Nah, it came out a couple weeks ago, but like I didn't have a time to watch it until today. I have like a whole bunch of YouTube videos in a playlist that like I have like an earbud in to drown out coworkers and like the world. But I like only put one earbud in at a time so I can still like actually fully hear everybody. But I play like YouTube videos, mostly ones that are like audio primarily, and use that to like as like listening to throughout the day to keep me from going crazy at work. And that was one of the videos where I was like, oh, I can just listen to Meat Canyon talk about shit. Like half the time I don't need the pictures, and then it's basically like about him like watching and reacting to these PSAs. So I was like, okay, well I gotta see I have to see these deaths.
Visual.
Yeah. Came out like 2 weeks ago, but yeah. Anyways, very fun story, very cool, very fascinating. I'm a fascinating guy.
I saw that they've had it for a while, I think, but I just found out that Meat Canyon has a podcast where they just read like no sleep.
Yeah,
stories.
that's with like Wendigoon and stuff like that, right? I think. Yeah.
That's the guy's name. But kind of fun. I mean, I like to read those myself, so.
Yeah, I like reading spooky stories, so it's nice to have a channel. And Meat Canyon's got a funny. He's a funny guy. Like his videos are pretty enjoyable. So him reacting to those, I'm sure, provides a lot of really funny commentary.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've only listened to like 2, but fun.
Nice. What other YouTube channels have you, or I guess I should ask, what have you been up to as of late? But you did just say that you were out. You did some adult things.
Some outdoorsy.
You did some Halloween stuff. The leaves are an issue you're dealing with. That's pretty much everything you've got going on in your life. Like we've gone over, right? We've hit the end of the
life is leaves.
Oh my gosh. That's like. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, I don't know. Go ahead.
I got fucking nothing either, man. I feel all the technical difficulties we had setting up this stream today have thrown me so out of loop. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to like pick the pieces up of my brain and like remember how to like host this show right now. So, that's where I'm at.
All good. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything.
Well, have you?
I've been playing some games on the DrawBomb stream.
Ooh,
that's been fun.
That's right, you have.
We also have some new things we're working on the Discord.
That's right. Should we talk about those now? Because normally those are the things we do at the end of the stream, but I don't feel like we're beholden to that, you know? I feel like we can just talk about shit whenever we want.
They can't stop us.
They can't. They can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
Is that the Dancing Baby song?
That's is that the dancing? I know it. Was that like the Ally McBeal show dancing? Was that the song that they had go with the baby?
Yeah,
it's a great song. It's a shame they attached it to a 3D GIF of an ugly baby.
I mean, that doesn't forever. I mean, I guess that's where my mind went immediately. So maybe it is a shame.
I will say,
it's not like it's
you are a boomer.
By that.
We are boomers. So I would say for most of the modern generation, it might be more connected to Guardians of the Galaxy 1 because which is a better association at least. I mean, thank gosh, but
yeah. How dare you call me a boomer?
I called myself a boomer. I said we're both boomers. Isn't that funny to think about, like, the internet of the days of yore? One of the big things you would see was the same GIF of a dancing... It feels like nowadays on the internet, the whole purpose of the internet is to never show you the same content, quote-unquote content, you've ever seen. Like, they never want you to see the same thing you've seen again. Like, it's like always trying to shovel the new image
like memes
or sound in your face.
Always repeats.
They are, yeah. I mean, and yeah, I guess you could say that Dancing Baby was like the formings of internet memes.
Yeah, you had your websites where you go and it's just GIFs dancing on the screen.
Yeah. And yeah, hamster dance playing in the background.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
It was a bygone era.
That's right.
Leviathan Den
Whoa.
subscribed. What a guy. What a guy. We
What a
appreciate you.
fella. Always supporting the team.
And now more than ever, these subscriptions are appreciated because we got to get our stuff fixed up, ship shape. So,
Let's do it. Every 2 years, DrawBomb puts up a charity drive to buy me a new computer. We're doing it again.
If you want to support this channel, you know, hey, maybe even have just like you just have one of those little like Twitch Prime subscriptions. They're free. Just
well, they're free if you have
a coin out of.
That's assuming people have
Papa Bezos's pocket. Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you have it.
If you have Amazon Prime, yeah. And
So,
spare a coin for your.
Why don't you just give us that little thing? Just drop it on over.
Spare a coin for your drawber.
I'm done with the whole self-deprecation. You shouldn't be giving us money. I'm changing.
We're going full shill.
I'm entering a new phase where I want your money now instead of apologizing when you give it to me.
That's right. Full shill, baby. Technical difficulties are back and we're going full shill. Hell yeah.
I want your money and I'm gonna get it somehow.
I want your money and I want it now.
But honestly though, thank you, Leviathan Den. We appreciate it. But again,
yeah, we do. We do appreciate it. We don't know what value we provide, but
no, Ian, I just said we're not doing that anymore.
Right. I'm sorry. We are awesome.
All the value. We don't talk about the lack of value.
That's right. Now you can see us without those fucking ads, man. Like, congratulations. Hell yeah.
Great. It's great stuff. Ian, how have you been this week?
I've been all right. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like my time is not my own anymore.
It never was.
It's true. It's true.
But I understand that feeling, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That you're in the throes of that.
It's okay. That's why we're doing all of our side hustles, is to escape that life.
One day.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I cry. No, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still learning taking those coding lessons, and boy, they do not get easier if you can imagine.
Oh no, I can imagine.
But I don't know. I'm just kind of working on it.
Harder.
They do actually. I'm in
wow.
So the website I am part of, I'm taking these lessons on. It's like, you know, it's all structured like it's an RPG, so you're leveling up, you blah blah blah, you buy items to help you progress in lessons. And they have these things called boss fights every so often, which is where everybody works together to complete lessons, and like the experience you gain for these lessons goes towards defeating these like bosses. And so the boss fight just started on the website today, and I'm like, great. I just started the lessons that everyone on the Discord for this website is saying is like the hardest like shit that turns everyone away. So good stuff. Good stuff.
That much.
I'm not going to be very helpful for this particular boss fight.
Dang it.
Oh well.
Well, you know, it's the fact that you tried that matters.
That's right.
Your guy's wrist looks like, I think my guy just shattered your guy's wrist.
I might have to redraw the arm just a tad. Let me just oh, you know what? I did watch a movie with my family. I can say a piece of media I interacted with. I can talk about it. So, Brandon, the piece of media I interacted with this week was a movie called Quiz Lady.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
It's on Hulu. It stars Awkwafina, and I recognize her from things. one sec. What's her name? I think it's Sandra Oh. It is Sandra Oh. Okay. Yeah, Sandra
Oh,
Oh.
I know.
And then Aquafina. They're both in it. They play sisters. And it's cute. It's a cute movie. It's I picked it because Shiny Doggy.
You chose.
I did choose it. They tend to defer to me to pick movies in the family because they're just like you tend to give us good range.
Do they if they don't like what you pick, are they like charitable about that, or do they?
Oh, they're very vocal. My family is not. No,
Yeah,
no,
they still make you pick.
no feelings are ever spared. We will frequently watch the movie. Like we've watched movies all the way through, and then at the end we're all like, "I hated that." But I'm always up front if like I've never seen the movie before. I'm just like, "Hey guys, this might suck. I don't fuck it." Yeah. But this was a fun one. This is cute. Yeah, it's Aquafina and Sandra Oh, and they play like sisters, and the one sister is like, well, Aquafina plays a sister who's more timid, and she's always watching this Jeopardy like show, and hence she's the quiz lady. Hence, and so she's like working at this like job that sucks, and nobody respects her, and her life sucks. And her parents got divorced way back when, and like the show was kind of her way of escaping her parents' divorce. And then the old folks home that like houses their mom, they call them and they're like, "We lost your mom," and then it's like, "Oh, she's in Barbados." And then it just basically a clip of Aquafina watching this quiz show and like answering all the questions that come with it goes viral, and she gets popular on the internet by being good at this quiz show, and she has a reason now to audition for the quiz show. It's a whole thing. It's basically an excuse to have a cute sister road trip movie with Aquafina and Sandra Oh. And overall, I thought it was cute. It was funny. I do feel like how they handle how a viral internet video like catches on it never hits in a movie. Like they never quite get it to feel authentic. It's always just kind of like, that's not they're okay. So there's things they got right about her clip going viral, and there's parts that they didn't get right about her clip going viral. Parts they got right, Sandra Oh says, "Hey, your shit like blew up on Reddit," which is how a lot of things go viral. I was like, I appreciate the Reddit shout out like by the movie, because like I feel like that's maybe a bit more inside baseball than a lot of movies are willing to get with internet things that they're pretending like they know about. And also at some point somebody like calls Aquafina's like workplace and tries to talk to her, and Aquafina freaks out because she's like, "The internet knows where I work now," which felt like a very legitimate reaction. Like if the internet found out where I worked, I would also be fucking terrified. And so her reaction to going viral felt very proper. Like it felt realistic in a way. Just how her video went viral didn't feel the most accurate to how virality goes. Obviously it's a different scenario probably for every video. It felt like that Hollywood treatment of like an internet thing. It's like when a movie is like, "Hey, these characters are doing this meme we made up for this movie," and you can tell it's like no one would ever do this fucking meme. Like this wouldn't be a fucking challenge that would blow up on the internet. You know what I mean? Like it kind of has that feeling to it.
It's a hard they seem to struggle writing it. I think partially because it's a hard thing to actually cultivate in real life. So how do you like write about somebody successfully? It's like any movie saying like somebody writing the best song in the world type thing. Like
exactly.
You can't really do that because how do you know?
If you include
hard thing to fake.
Yeah, if somebody writes the best song in the world, we've talked about this a million times because it's like one of my big things I talk about. But if your character writes the best quote unquote song that people have heard, if you're gonna show us the song, it better be a damn good song in that movie, or else I'm immediately taken out of your premise. And it's kind of similar with this, although to be fair, her going viral isn't like it's not the main purpose of the movie. It's like more of the inciting factor that kind of pushes it makes other elements of the plot more plausible. You know what I mean? So that's it. And then it's an excuse to start the road trip of the road trip movie. And then there's like a gang involved and like a kidnapping. It's overall though, it's a very fun, sweet movie. Will Ferrell plays the Alex Trebek type character. Jason Schwartzman is like the douchebag who's got the winning streak on the show. It's good. It's fun. It's cute. We enjoyed it, and the way it ends is it ends on a nice, cute note, and it's also it's weird because it's also this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. It is the last movie that Paul Rubens like acted in.
Aw.
And it's weird because
Rip Torn in Peace.
Rip Torn in Peace. Truly, that one made me sad when Paul Rubens died.
Yep, that one got me.
Yeah. But when at the end of the movie there's a woman and they convince Paul Rubens to like hang out with her, and they say, oh, she's dying, her insides are like melting, and it's kind of like, oh, you said this to Paul Rubens while he was dying. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyways, but it's cute. It's a cute cameo from him. It's nice to see him do anything one last time. He does like a fake Scottish accent. It's cute. It's cute.
I like seeing him do. I love the Pee-wee character, but I love seeing him do non-Pee-wee things because it's rare. Kinda.
He's in the movie as Paul Rubens. Like it's not like him as a character. He is Paul Rubens in the movie, which is
interesting.
It's cute. It's cute.
But like I liked him in like Mystery Men because it's like him.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
It's a shame. Like it's not a shame that Pee-wee became such a big hit, obviously, because Pee-wee Herman is a beloved character, and where would we be in the world without the Breakfast Machine song on top of everything else. Thank you, Danny Elfman. But it's a shame he became so known for that character, because seeing him in other roles, he's great every time. Like he kills it every time. Like as you said, in Mystery Men, such a great character. In 30 Rock, when he plays like that heir to that weird like European country who's like his like hair and eyebrows are falling off. He's so funny in that. He was a great character actor. I would have loved to have seen him in more, but he's got a cute cameo in this movie. It's a cute movie. I don't know how to describe it other than it's very cute. You get some laughs out of it. It's a fun little road trip movie. I don't know. It's good.
I don't watch a ton of either of their stuff, but I like both Sandra Oh and Awkwafina.
Yeah.
In like the few things I have seen of theirs.
The main thing I've seen Awkwafina in was Renfield, and that movie was fucking weird.
I heard it wasn't that good, but I haven't seen it.
I didn't. I feel like I talked about Renfield on this show, but I can recap it real quick.
At one point, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. I'll just say like Renfield was fun and it was fine, but it like tonally that movie just made no sense. Like there was a scene in Renfield. Now it says for some reason he can't join the draw along.
That's strange. I know Crazy Cow's in there right now, so it's at least functioning, but I don't know what the
That's strange. I'm gonna try and join real quick, see if I can. Alright, I'm in as me. What's
happening when you try to join?
Yeah, what's the message you're getting? Also, hi Crazy Cow, thanks for joining us. Evil Pac-Man, hee hee. Oh yeah, Drawbois about to launch right into Pac-Man's mouth.
Oh
my gosh. Oh, hold on. Something happened. I'm on the wrong window.
Says, oops, there's nothing here.
That's very strange. I just checked.
So, is the link that you're going to the same as the one that Crazy Cow just posted? Like, if you check in your URL bar or something, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, what Cow just at? It didn't grab the like.
Oh yeah, try that
from Nightbot.
Definitely try that for sure. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I feel like
there is something here.
I do think I messed up the formatting on the Nightbot just a tad, so I can definitely fix
The
it.
link works for me, but I don't know. You like the
Yeah.
Nightbot one?
Strange. I'm not sure. I figured it out. I put an I at the end instead of an L. Okay. We got there. We got there. Glad you got there.
There you go.
So
Manually.
that's right.
Whoever likes to really they like to get their hands on the URL. They really want to mold it like a piece of clay. That don't just click a link. It takes all the
Yeah.
effort out of it.
It's like when I'm learning how to code, I can either go to Visual Studio Code and create a document and type in that document, or I can go to Shell and I can type touch the file name .txt or whatever to create the document, and then type nano that document's name and the file path if I'm not in the root directory in order to edit it. Or I can just edit it in Visual Studio Code. One requires a lot more things, and one I can just click things and do.
Dude, I gotta tell you, ever since you got into this coding thing, you've become way more relatable.
Crazy Kyle says, "Lol, I just installed Visual Studio." Oh, that's right. Kyle did used to take this. Kyle, I'm taking lessons in coding. Like, I might ask you about. We're doing Lambda right now in Python, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing like with Lambda. Like that shit is hard. I'm watching the stream on my phone, but I'm drawing on my laptop. That's why I didn't just click the link. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's all good. I assumed you had a good reason. I just wanted to make fun of you regardless.
Yeah, we're having fun. But I mean, also, that is a very ambidextrous setup you got going on right there, I gotta say. Kyle says, "Well, I did like 4 C++ courses years ago." I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm doing Python and Shell right now mostly. It's fun. I've been having fun with it. I felt really clever when I edited my bash shell, which is like the operating system you're operating the terminal within. I felt really clever when I edited that so that it automatically opened the project I was working on at that time whenever I opened it up. I felt very smart.
Well, look at the brains on this guy over here.
That's right. Well, smart boy.
Is it frustrating to talk to somebody like me with a normal brain?
Yes, Brandon. Slightly less. You're so dumb. You're dumb.
I know. Dang it.
Dang. I can't believe I'm friends with this guy.
Nope. Me neither. Cool. All right. So Pac-Man is shooting a butt plug out of his mouth.
Oh.
Looks like.
Is it a bad dragon?
I don't know. It's kind of a minimalist take on it, so it's hard to tell.
So what's going on in the picture we're drawing right now, by the way? At first,
I was gonna do a guy uppercutting, and then you changed it to you immediately grabbed onto his hand. So now I don't know if they're like doing some like freeform arm wrestling, or maybe they're dancing.
I was trying to make it like over the top themed a little bit. Like I was trying to turn it into an arm wrestle because it sort of looked like Prime for that. But I did also draw my dude's arm way wrong for an arm wrestle.
You also can't just stand in a room and arm wrestle like with your arms in the air.
This is like these two dudes saw each other, walked to each other, and then started arm wrestling midair. That doesn't work.
How do you even know when you win? Like maybe your arm in the air.
Next time we see each other in person, let's try this out, okay? I have an idea for the rules. We meet up, you do like the arm wrestle move, and then you're basically just trying to push the person's arm below, like once their hand gets below like waist height maybe, or like pectorals. Like once the arm dips below pectoral height, you've lost.
But without a surface. You need like a
Yeah, this is like
lever.
there's boxing and then
lever.
there's UFC. And boxing, the boxing is the arm wrestling, and then this is the UFC of the arm wrestle. You know, this is more free form.
So I'm allowed to kick you in the head during.
You're allowed to kick somebody and elbow them in the head 20 times before the ref like realizes what's going on.
I hate that sport. I understand it's popular, but like if I'm at a bar and there's like, I think we've talked about this on the show.
I think we have, yeah.
There's like UFC playing. I'm like, kind of making me like
queasy,
sick to my stomach a little bit. There's like a dude just getting like literally
murdered.
pummeled.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Trying to eat, and there's a man just being like just a foot to his like open face, just repeatedly.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I don't want to watch somebody almost die. Like, that's not what's actually happening. But like, okay, for instance, like you're in a bar, you're watching UFC. I remember, I want to say it was like a year or two ago. Our good friend of the show, Zone Dog, he like was watching a UFC fight, and he was like posting about it in the Discord that we all share. And at one point he's like talking about, he's like almost like live updating us on the UFC fight. And then at one point he just goes, "Oh my God. Eh." And I'm like, what? And he's like, "Oh my God, these two dudes just kicked each other and their shins collided and the one dude's leg turned to jelly." And I'm like, what if I was at a bar like eating wings? Like how would I feel when I see that? Like I'm like, check please.
I am really not going to enjoy the rest of my wings as much as I enjoyed the first half.
Oh my
I will
God.
eat them though.
This is even worse than when Ronda Rousey posted 9/11 truther, or not 9/11 truther, Sandy Hook truther shit. Actually, okay. I will. I feel like
has broken people.
I feel like I should say Ronda Rousey actually came out with an amazing apology regarding that stuff. I don't know if I'm like I don't know if I'm like the kind of person to be granting penance to people for things they've done in the past, but I will say Ronda Rousey's apology for having posted like Sandy Hook truther stuff.
You speak for the common man.
I speak for the parents of Sandy Hook, is what I'm trying to say.
And you say all is forgiven.
All is good. No, I will say though, she posted a great apology. It's up to people. It's everyone's. What I've learned through the years is like it's everyone's individual choice. If you forgive somebody, obviously, I mean I think that's been apparent for a while if you just think about it. But you know, society's kind of dealing with trying to hold people in positions of power and fame accountable.
Wow.
It's not, it's not my position. Like, again, it is everyone's choice whether they forgive people or not. I don't know. I never fucked with UFC or Ronda Rousey stuff. Like, I'm not her fan base. I didn't stop participating in her stuff
until she said those things.
That's right. And then I was like, wow, she's saying the truth about no.
Get away from that.
No. Okay.
Even though I keep pushing you towards it.
I know. I'm just gonna say she released an apology about that stuff. Basically what happened was she was doing a Reddit Ask Me Anything, and people kept bringing up the Sandy Hook truther stuff she posted years ago, and she kind of stopped the Ask Me Anything because she didn't want to respond to those questions. So everyone was just like, oh, she's running away. And then she posted on Instagram a day or so later, basically apologizing for running away from the Ask Me Anything, but she basically said I did this years ago, and ever since then I've learned I was a fucking idiot and I was wrong and I caused harm. I tried to just sweep it under the rug because that's what my publicist said, but clearly from this Reddit Ask Me Anything, people have not forgotten. And so I'm just going to say it right now. I'm so fucking sorry. The people who spread these lies are awful people. The people who were hurt by this deserve all of the compassion. Like she just posted a very good apology.
Yeah.
Kind of just
took accountability.
She took accountability. She put out a positive message. Again, it's not my position. I thought it was really, if you're gonna do an apology, make it close to what she wrote. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
it was nice to see, I guess. It was heartwarming to see somebody be like, I fucking was an idiot and I am so sorry. And just, it didn't feel like she was apologizing to save her image. It felt like she just felt really bad about it. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think,
see people grow.
Yeah, I like to see people grow. I don't like to see people feel bad about things, but I do like to see people take accountability and grow and realize like what impact they have, I guess. I don't know. It was nice to see. I saw it a little while ago. I brought it up, which I shouldn't have, because I don't know. I feel like it was a good apology.
You can bring up anything.
I can talk whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before that?
Quiz Lady. I thought it was a nice movie. I liked it. It was cute.
Oh yeah.
If you want a cute movie to watch, starring Awkwafina and Sandra Oh, watch it. It's cute. My family liked it. The ending's cute too. I'm not trying to spoil too much, but I am trying to give things that I enjoyed about it. The ending does that thing that Animal House does, where it shows all the characters who you sort of interacted with.
And then they went on to do this.
Exactly. And it does that, but it's kind of having fun with that too at the same time. Which is
it's almost like a meme at this point.
Yeah, very much so. So this movie, like when this movie does that bit, it is providing you that. So like that thing that Animal House did is nice because it does provide you like extra closure on the characters. You've grown to love these people.
I want to know what happened to Bluto.
Exactly. You want to know what happened to these characters. So it's like it does give you that extra closure that like you wouldn't be able to fit somebody's entire life into this movie. So you kind of get that recap. So you get that closure the same in this movie, but they also like will throw in the occasional like blurb here and there that's just like it's like kind of poking fun and it's being a little cheeky. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie. I liked it. It was very cute. It was fun. It wasn't like
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep describing it as cute, and I really don't have a better word for it. If you want a cute movie about
a fair word,
yeah,
it's a good descriptor.
I think that's what they were going
it's
for.
Very specific.
Yeah, it felt like they were going for a cute movie about sisterhood, like two sisters kind of reconnecting and rekindling a love for each other, and that's sweet. I like to see it. It was nice that the movie did that.
Nice.
Yeah, if you like that, go watch it. I recommend. Highly recommend.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Maybe I'll give it a little check.
Yeah, I think you and Morgan would have a good time if you both sat down and like you were like, what are we gonna do for the next hour and a half? And you sat down and you watched that. I think you'd come away from it feeling good and not being like bummed out that you spent an hour and a half doing that.
Yeah, I will come find you if I feel.
Please do. Yeah, give me some words. Be like,
get this to me.
I'll put up your
notes. My time's worthless.
Oh, you goof. Leviathan Den says, DrawBomb 200 is fast approaching. Wild to think that I was there after the first couple of episodes started, and we are all here together and made great new lifelong friends. You're so right, and that's such a sweet thing to say, Leviathan Den. I also feel like I should apologize to Leviathan Den a little bit. A while back, we were talking about. I know I do a lot of apologizing on this show. This show is very frequently the Ian apology tour. But
what have you done to our boy Leviathan?
Way back in the day, we were talking about the games Katamari Damacy, and Leviathan Den was like, I remember when you beat Katamari Damacy. I was there, and I was like, no, you weren't. Because I didn't remember it. I mean, it was a long time ago. I remember I bought the games, they arrived, and I beat both games in a single day. Like, because they're very short games. But like, I was also like, I was a high schooler, or a middle schooler, so I had all the time in the fucking world. But I got the games and I beat them in a day. So like, the period of time doesn't click. But Leviathan Den said a long time ago, I remember I was there. I watched you beat Katamari Damacy. And I was like, no, you didn't. No, I don't remember that. I don't believe that. And I thought about it. I remember he was there. So I just wanted to say that, Leviathan Den, if you've ever been if you've been questioning your memory or been thinking I disregarded you, I remember you were there when I beat Katamari Damacy. It was a very fun night. So I just wanted to apologize. I feel bad that, you were you were recounting a memory for the chat the one day, and I just kind of shit all over it. So I just wanted to apologize. And happy episode 200 to us almost.
Ian, I can truly see that you have learned from the Ronda Rousey.
That's right. No longer will I post Katamari Damacy truther conspiracies.
Justice was served, and you've taken accountability.
That's right.
Finally,
absolutely right.
Record can show the truth.
Now let's all forget I ever did anything terrible.
No, I can't. You've changed my eyes.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Yeah, 200 coming up. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
That's awesome. I love this little group. It's a weird thing we're doing here, but I have a great time and I look forward to it. And
yeah,
I like that we have a community where we just draw for fun, because as I'm often mentioned, like, it's not a thing that it's the thing you slowly just like lose, even if like,
yeah,
you know, you've always been like an artist your whole life, but you love it. Even whether you're successful or whether you fall out of it, both things kind of push you to just kind of stop doing this thing for fun and just for fun.
Yeah.
And I know we're kind of like still trying to turn DrawBomb into something, but still, it's really just for fun. Like,
we want to turn DrawBomb into something because we're still having fun with it, and if we could,
we get to do more.
Yeah, if we could be basically like financially incentivized to do more DrawBomb, I think we would probably approach it too with like a healthy amount of work-life balance too. I feel like I mean, it's weird to sort of make those plans when nothing has materialized for like the 4 years we've been doing this show.
Yeah.
But I do think if DrawBomb were to ever become a thing that we could sort of take further, I think we would handle our work-life balance well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I do feel like a lot of people who are like YouTubers, content creators, like they started very young, where they didn't quite. Like when you're 20, I don't know, you have like that stamina to just like make shit. And you kind of learn to pace yourself more as you get older. I don't know.
I think since it's grown around this idea of just like doing it for the love of the game, I think it will stay that way.
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
if it is successful at any point.
Yeah. I only intend to make it happen as long as we still love it, you know?
Yeah. The second it feels like a chore, and then it's done.
It's done. We wrap it up. We turn the lights off. We put the chairs up.
We killed the Drawbois. Take him out back. Shoot.
That's right. Leviathan Den says, "Oh man, that's kind of you, but I did not take it to heart." I'm glad to hear that. It when I thought about it, it felt shitty. I have a big heart and big feelings, and I was just like, Ian still loves me, and went on about my day after. That is the ultimate takeaway is no matter what we say, no matter what we do, Leviathan Den, you are a person that is dear to us. We do love you, and even if I can't respond to you on Discord because I'm like just like my mind is being stretched in like 20 different directions by life and projects and things like that, you know, we love you. We're happy to have you around, and we appreciate your continual support, even after I say things like, "Oh, you never were there when I beat Katamari Damacy." So we appreciate you.
Leviathan Den is part of the beating heart that is DrawBomb.
That's right. If you put your hand over the left side of your chest,
I'm gonna make you. You have to confirm you have to lock in your answer before you Google or ask anybody. Tells them, don't tell them, chat.
Well, here's the thing.
What side is your heart on?
People are always like, okay, so you put your hand over your heart, and I like when I think of that, I immediately put my right arm over my left, so I'm assuming that's where it is. But there's a reason people check your pulse in your neck is because I'm like feeling here. I don't feel shit. I just feel a titty. So I don't know.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. Is left side of your chest is your titty, right side's your heart. Xenud says Ian. He's probably like disappointed in the fact that I'm like had to think about
Point on your body where your heart is.
The heart is on the inside. I think Mad Lad's got it. I think Mad Lad's
True.
right. That's my final answer.
Next question. Is a bug an animal?
Hey, it
Or
was a
is
reptile.
a lizard an insect?
And I still haven't quite. The jury's still out on that one. Okay.
Man, that I'm so tickled by that.
I still gotta watch that Dave episode where they have that same discussion. I still have to catch up.
I don't know why that's so funny, because like, who cares? But like, it's just such a like. It seems like such a like basic, not like basic knowledge thing, but just such a like. It's like the building blocks of like your understanding of the world. It's just like simple thing.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
it would be the same. I feel the same as if you were like, so wait, is triangle the one with the like
That's okay. Hold on.
this one?
That's way different. Okay, a triangle. I have to
bridge too
remember
far?
3 things about a triangle, and that's what sides the sides. Okay, a lizard. So like birds are not technically mammals. Oh my god, excuse me. Lizards are not technically mammals. Lizards are animals. They are not mammals.
Not only are they not technically mammals, they just aren't mammals.
They just are not categorically are not.
They're not even close. In fact, the things that make
A mammal,
a
a mammal,
reptile, and
and
a
a
mammal,
lizard,
a
a
mammal
lizard?
are that's that's the reason those words exist. It's because they're different.
Was the original question, is a lizard an animal or a reptile, or was it like, is a reptile
I think
an
you were
animal?
asking if a reptile was an insect. Is that possible, or is that not possible? That you would say.
It's very possible I
Is that
asked.
a bridge too far. It's
Look,
been
man,
years now, so I don't fully remember.
I've
I don't want to
asked-
make you sound like crazier than you are.
look, I've asked and I've said so much shit on this show. We are almost at episode 200. We have 3 viewers, okay? So it's not like, or 4 viewers if you
I
count
think
Crazy
that's
Kyle.
5.
Really? Wow. Is one of them you?
No.
Oh, shit. Hey! Hi, 5 people! Wow, this is a record-breaking show!
It just went to 6 as
Oh my
we
god!
talked about.
That's crazy. Let's keep drawing like half-naked people in their underwear, and then
We often do, or at
We
least
do.
I often do.
I will say, once you put your dude in the underwear, this picture took a turn. I will say that. Took a little bit of a turn. I'm not mad.
I am like, I appreciate the human form.
Look,
If I want to be carving out a marble, but
guys,
I'm
let's
in the wrong area.
be real with ourselves, okay? If you're gonna become an artist and you're gonna do figure drawing studies, you're gonna see a few dicks, okay? It's just what it comes down to. You gotta really disassociate dicks and boobs from eroticism in your mind, okay? And if you can do that,
In their volunteer penises.
you're just like everyone
that
who's not from
volunteer.
America then. What's that?
And they're volunteer penises too. It's
Oh,
people
yeah.
that- They see there's a local college that wants nude models, and they go, "I could do that."
I'll do that, yeah.
That's the type of people. It's important to know that.
Let me ask you, if you were approached to model for a local art school, would you? Or would you feel confident that you could do it?
It would fully depend on how much they're paying me, and I can't imagine it's enough, right? For
To
what-
show your wanger?
Well, just, I mean, for all, not just solely that, but like the whole, all
In comparison to
in
your...
front of like a crowd for like 6 hours, like naked, like, I don't know. I don't think they get paid a lot.
They probably don't. They probably get paid like 9 hours, $9 an hour.
That Zenit says, models get paid like 15 an hour.
Shit, that's
I
more
still
than I get
don't
paid
get-
at my current job. I'll do it.
There you go, and all you have to do is sit there.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I would nude model. The only part that would get me concerned is if I... Look, the thing has a mind of its own, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it's not going out there going full salute for everybody. I don't really think... I can't think of many scenarios where it would go full salute. And I'm definitely, like, if I'm in a college... Holding the pose, I think, would be the hardest part, actually, is, like...
Sure.
Like, here's the thing. I'm the kind of guy where I've done a lot of voice acting for people, and a lot of times they'll be like, "So I'm thinking like the line you're gonna say is gonna be this," and then I'll say, "So you mean like this?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let's start recording." And I'll be like, "This," and they'll be like, "That's not how you just said it." And I'm like, "I remember how I just said it." And I feel like that'll be the same thing for a pose. Is I'll do a pose.
Sure.
They'll be like, "Take a 30-minute break, have a sandwich," and I'll come back and I'll be like, "What was my pose?"
Crazy Kyle says, "What if the pose is holding up a tiny clock with your dick? Then you gotta stay erect."
Well, there's medication for that. Then it's easy. That's the easiest part. Half the time I'm at like half the time I'm already aroused and erect anyways, just walking around with the clock hanging off me. So I'm just saying. I actually don't know what I'm saying.
Like Flavor Flav.
Somebody save me.
I
Did you just come? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna move past what you said. Actually, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
99% of the models that we drew at my college were like 70 years old or
Same.
plus for the men.
Very much same.
So
Men and
a
women.
lot of naked old men. I drew a lot of naked grandpas in college, and I paid top dollar to do it.
Yeah. I will say actually, when it comes to the female models, I mean, it's not my preference to look at them, obviously, but if I will say, I
You
felt
have
like,
to. Like, that's the whole point.
I know. But I felt like I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying it's like a fetish or anything, but what I am trying to, I feel weird that I have to clarify that you're drawing nude people, okay? It's not sexual. Let's just let's remove sexuality from it. When I'm drawing women who are being the nude models, if they are thicker and like they are more round, like they just have more weight to them, I do feel like that's easier for me to learn the concepts I'm trying to learn from figure drawing. I don't know how you feel about that.
I can see things from both. I mean, I think you're learning different things.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, I think some of the models were like bigger people, and that was useful because you see how like skin kind of like
expands,
lays on a body and bends and where it bends and things like that. But then also like there were some like skeleton people, and that is
helpful too.
Really, really skinny people, but I could like actually see like every muscle and most of the bones. Like that was very helpful too. So I don't know, it's different things.
True. We had a guy named Tom, and Tom, we knew his name was Tom because our teacher was just not afraid to like point at shit on him and be like, "Look at Tom's blank. This is Tom's shit right here." And that seemed kind of like she just did not give a fuck, and Tom didn't seem bothered by it, but it seemed strange. But Tom was like an interestingly
humanize them.
I felt like it was dehumanizing the way she was pointing at shit and being like, "This is Tom's like parietal blank or whatever," and it's like, "Hey, Tom's right here. He can hear you." Like, I don't know.
What's the correct way to talk about his
parietal blank? I have no idea. I feel like our society is too. Weird about it to like for us to not see these things. Like, I feel like she probably handled it the healthiest. She was just like, "Hey, look, you're here to draw this shit. I'm pointing this shit right now. You gotta draw this shit." I feel like that's the way to do it. Just like, don't muss or fuss.
Here for a very specific purpose, so there's no sense making it weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I think if you make it weird, it becomes weird.
Yep.
Actually, I agree with I do agree with Z-Newts right now. Ian is being weird about it. I agree. I'm being weird about it right now by like making it about shit. We were drawing nude people. That's fucking it. Okay, and like when I was doing it. It wasn't weird. I actually got some fucking great drawings out of those figure drawing classes, and I kind of miss them because I feel like that was. I try to do
this class.
Yeah, I try to do figure drawings on the internet. It's just not the same working off of like a picture on the computer. I feel like well, it's not like I feel like. I mean, it's actually a very obvious thing, but pixels just don't give you the clarity that you could have like a 4K image of a person standing there and you're still going to find pixels that like confuse you for some reason. And I feel like having a live person there,
move your head around, see how it, you might, if you're looking at something like straight on, that's kind of confusing straight on or something like that, you can kind of move around to kind of like, oh, I understand what I'm looking at type thing in person, but you can't do that online.
Exactly. You're absolutely right about that. And yeah, I guess just making it weird is just a matter of acting like it's weird. But if you just act like what it is, which is you're here for a purpose, you're here to draw and to learn, it doesn't become weird. It's only weird if you make it that way. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like this is probably a terrible example. So like I'm getting back into a or I might be getting into a D&D group.
Cool.
And so I've been talking to my friend Anthony, and Anthony's like, "Yo, we're trying to get some D&D, like a D&D group together. We've had a lot of trouble. Anthony and like the people he's trying to get the group together with have never played before, but they want to get it going. And specifically, Anthony told me that like they wanted to get a D&D group together that was all black people who were in the group because they just wanted to have that for themselves. But they were having trouble getting the whole group together, so he told me like, we're thinking of diversifying. You'd be a first pick, and anyone else you think would be a good addition to the group, go right ahead. Let us know. And I was like, hey, thanks, cool. I mean, yeah, I've been wanting to play D&D for a while. And I was like, hey, if you're looking for more members, my friend Aaron, he's a good guy. You know Aaron.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, Aaron's a good guy. And like, I feel weird saying this as a white person, but he's black. And Anthony responded and being like, it's not weird if you point out somebody's black. And I was like,
right,
you're right. I made it weird. And I feel like that's the same thing. It's just like
I feel like I think I mean, not to like who am I, but like I think your reaction to feeling strange about it was because you were doing it as like your like sales pitch for like picking him, and that's like
that is
a weird thing. But the thing is, it was a valid thing to bring up because that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And he said like, hey, you can point out when somebody's black. Like it's not weird to do that. And I agree. Yeah. I do agree with you. Like the reason I felt weird about it is like I'm a white guy and I'm pointing at somebody and going black, and that's weird. But it really isn't. It's just a matter of I'm trying to recommend a friend for a D&D group. I made it weird by thinking it was weird, and it wasn't, because like we're homies. Like me and Anthony, like we're friends. We've been friends for like over 10 years. Like we know what it is at this point. Like it's not like I'm talking to a bunch of strangers.
Who you are.
Yeah, I'm not talking to a bunch of strangers and like bringing up their race out of nowhere. It's relevant. It's the same with the figure drawing. Is just making it weird is a matter of making it weird. And yeah.
You have those intrusive thoughts and they come out. And
I do.
It seems like a lot of the weirdness is also coming from you like trying to be careful, but like just overthinking it.
That is actually very much. I have that problem where I overthink. I think I kind of come at it oftentimes viewing myself as the transgressor, even though I haven't done anything. And I've been taking it upon myself to be more honest about my feelings with people, which is a good thing, I think, in general. It's made it so if there's like I feel like being honest about how I feel about stuff with people has made a lot of situations that would have been long and drawn out arguments like simpler, because I'm just like, hey, I feel this way, and they're like, oh yeah, I get that. Like, no, it's not like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So like when I'm trying to be like express like how I feel about stuff, when it's those situations where I'm feeling like the transgressor and I'm making it weird, if I come at it with like my feelings about it, like, hey, I feel weird, I'm the transgressor, then the people are, who I'm talking to will say like, no, you're fine. You are now making it weird by viewing yourself as the transgressor. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Gosh, I guess what I'm trying to say is
place of you trying to be like, you don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings.
I'm just trying not to be a shitty dude. Cautious. Yeah, it's an abundance of caution, because I'm just trying to be a good person, and there's something to be said for that, but there's also definitely something to be said for just chill the fuck out. Just let it go.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll learn when to chill out by doing that a few times and then having someone like respond like he did.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he handled it very well too. He was literally just like, hey, it's cool, man. Like you could tell me somebody's black. And I was like, I appreciate that you're just chill about this. I mean, he had no reason
on the show before how we like sometimes find ourselves jumping through hoops to like describe a person without using their race. And I don't necessarily think that's like a bad exercise, but it's also not necessary.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think the issue is that it's definitely like a good route to go if the only one person is a different race, like out of the people you're trying to like narrow down in your description. But I just feel like the reason I often try to avoid using race to describe like someone to someone else is because I know I don't do it as much with like
a white
my
person.
own race.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here because I'm able to use more descriptors when I'm discussing my own race, but when I'm doing other races, it seems like a go-to, like, I don't know. But then also people are like, you could just use race to tell me which person you're talking about. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If it's not this, it'll be something else. I'll always be uncomfortable. It's just my curse.
Yeah. Well, look,
you know,
we're white men, and it's good we're trying, I guess is what I'll say.
Yeah. What we're trying to say is it's very hard to be a white man. Like,
it's so hard to be a white man in today's
social
society.
snafus. What are we supposed to do?
Jesus Christ. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just talk to my friends like normal? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no way.
No, sir. No, it's yeah, I feel like it's a lot of overcorrection. I think yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, we make it weird, we overcorrect. It's not like
exactly.
It's not inherently bad that we overcorrect, but it's not like it doesn't help, and it's just it is what it is.
It comes from a good place, but it is dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice of my friend to just be like, "Hey, stop fucking worrying about it, dude."
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just nice of them. Like, they were trying to start like a D&D group where it was only black people, and it was nice of them to be like, he's cool. Like, you know, we'll make the exception for him. Like, that's, I don't know, that feels great. That feels like an honor.
Made the cut.
I feel like, oh shit, you guys think I don't suck enough to include me in that, and that's cool.
It's nice to be included.
It is nice to be included. That's what I mean, that's just what everyone wants in the long run, is they want to be included in the things they're passionate about. And I'm passionate about D&D. And that's how I ended up getting that conversation in the first place, is I was just talking about D&D with this guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're trying to get a game going." They actually just came out with a new edition of D&D too.
Did they?
Yes.
I haven't I'm not really I don't play enough to like have kept up with like different editions. In fact, the edition I probably played last was probably not the newest either.
No, it was actually. So here's how so when I was in college, not anymore.
So I played with some friends.
Yeah. No, but like, so how, allow me to get a little deep dive on you. When I was a freshman in college, D&D 3rd edition was out, and that was the edition. And in general, people actually really liked D&D 3rd edition, but it was very complicated, and making a character took forever. It took you 6 hours to make a character. And then I want to say I was about a sophomore or a junior in college. That's when D&D 4th edition came out. And D&D 4th edition was interesting because it both simplified the game dramatically, but it also included like decks of cards as a mechanic, like a core mechanic in D&D. And a lot of people did not like that because that's kind of out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, so that was the thing. And then in 2014 is when D&D 5th edition dropped. So I don't know when how long 3rd edition was around. 4th edition was around probably around 2010 to 2014. 5th edition drops 2014. And the edition that dropped this week, or last week, I guess at this point, is the newest edition after that. So if you've played D&D post 2014, it's pretty much 90% guaranteed you played 5th edition, because 5th edition
Okay.
was a good edition. Like, it really simplified D&D down. Like, it removed a lot of mechanics that just bogged down gameplay. It didn't use the card mechanic anymore, so you weren't forced to deal with that. And in general, it was just a nice streamlined system. There were other systems like Pathfinder, things like that. But if you played D&D with people anytime after 2014, there is a like 90% or above certainty that you probably played 5th edition.
Got it.
In fact,
Understand.
the new edition that came out isn't even like 6th edition. It's called 5th edition 2024 edition, or it's called D&D 2024 edition. I don't think they're numbering the editions anymore. I think they're just naming them based on the year they released.
Maybe it has something to do with like how crucial the changes are. Like, you know, a new edition probably constitutes like a whole new like gameplay.
Sort of, but it's also
they added cards that deserves a new edition.
Sort of, but it's also now Wizards of the Coast, which is owned by Hasbro. They've been owners of D&D since 5th edition, I believe. I believe Hasbro bought D&D around 5th edition. So the addition of 5th edition is both a radical change in how the game functions, but it does a couple of other things. Like the new edition does make some radical changes. I will say that from the videos I've watched. There are some radical additions and changes and things to how D&D is structured. But what I think is especially strange is that this is the first edition that Hasbro has printed and published the books. You can only essentially if you buy a book from a shop, they bought it from Hasbro. Hasbro is handling all the production of these books in-house essentially. So by them dropping 5th edition and naming it after the year that it dropped, along with Hasbro making a lot of statements saying that they are trying to monetize D&D more heavily, that they want to try and make it more like a subscription service, and they're trying to really enhance the subscription service of D&D Beyond, because they also own D&D Beyond. They bought that in 2022. Basically what I'm trying to say is it all comes down to, I think they're naming these editions after the year they release because it gives them an impetus to release more editions. Instead of saying it's 5th edition released in 2014, this is the 2024 edition. It paves the way for a 2026 edition, a 2028 edition, things like that, you know?
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's a complete speculation on my part. And I haven't even heard none of the videos I've actually watched have said that, but when they talk about this is the 2024 edition, that was just the first thing that came to my head is, oh, there's going to be a 2020. It's going to be like Madden.
Right. Yeah, probably. Just be a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of, have you got the new Call of Duty?
I haven't. People say it's good. I don't know. Oh. Which Call of Duty games have you played out of curiosity?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to keep track because it's been so long since I've played one now.
Fair. I feel like I think the only Call of Duties I ever played were Modern Warfare 1 and 2.
Okay. Played Modern Warfare, I think 1 and 2. I played one of the Black Ops, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I lose track after that because they're all kind of the same game.
Very much. I agree. They're very much the same game. The thing about the games is they're obviously mostly vehicles to put out a new edition of the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I will say though, from my experience playing Call of Duty games, generally the main campaign is worth your time from my experience. Not always, obviously, but in general, the Call of Duty games do have a really solid, very turn your brain off, action-packed sort of single-player experience. The campaigns tend to be pretty good. Okay. With a lot of stuff, just set piece after set piece after set piece. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original, you play as 3 different characters who you play from their perspective as the level is just you die as them, which is something. But it's an interesting experience to say the least. I don't know.
I do. I'm not sure I'll ever get another one just because they always kind of feel like a repackaged, like the thing from the last year type thing, and then
For
they
sure.
sell it for, and the price is like $70, and they always take like 100 gigs, and I'm just kind of like, I think I'm good, but I do kind of miss the feeling of it's like just a fun little shooter to pop in and like play with your friends. Like I used to enjoy that with like the old ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
I don't know.
I've never been like a big fan of the multiplayer, which is again the big draw, but the campaigns are always pretty solid, and I think you can usually play those co-op, right? Can you, or is that not?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think
Maybe.
you're right. No, I don't. I don't think you can. I think they do have like side missions, like little challenge missions you can do co-op, but I think that's it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm just done with those.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not that they need my. No, I haven't bought one in how many years? Not that they need my money anyway. I'm just saying I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I'm good.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been like scrambling to. I'm trying to think about the last game that I felt like truly compelled to just get.
Like it was new and you like needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I have those occasionally. I think Baldur's Gate was one that I snapped up pretty quick.
Fair. Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. I will
Uh,
say, if you hadn't bought me City Skylines 2, I would have bought it pretty
Yeah.
much like
Have
around
they
the
fixed
time.
that yet, or does it still suck?
I think it's improving. So like the company released the game. Paradox Paradox, the publisher, has basically been going through it this year because they fucked up City Skylines so bad that like
Sure.
their stock tumbled. And like a bunch of other games that they're releasing are also, because then they like not only did they fuck up the release of City Skylines 2, but then they canceled Life by You. Um,
Oh
which
no!
yeah, months ago they
You
canceled
were
it.
waiting for that.
Dude, I was so fucking bummed. Um, so like Paradox has been going through it this year, so it's interesting. Um, with City Skylines 2, once they drop the game, the dev team has been putting out bug patches, but then over the course of the summer in Europe, they all take a 2-month vacation for the summer, which I completely respect, and I think we should start doing something like that here in the States. I'm actually, there's 2 European customs when it comes to work that I'm like super in favor for, and I think we should bring them to the States. One is the 2-month summer vacation, and the second is siesta. I think both should become parts of American work culture. I don't see it ever happening, but I would love that.
Yeah. I think they also give you like maternity leave for like a year.
Yeah, they actually treat you like a human being there.
Wow,
It's crazy.
imagine.
I know, right? Like, they're like, oh, you had a kid? Maybe you should be able to take care of your child. But anyways, so they came back from their 2-month vacation and started putting out updates again. So I don't know what the state of the game is. I know it's in a much better state than it was. I don't know if it's perfect. I do hear that the game still like is insanely intensive on your computer if you have a population of over a specific amount, which kind of the point of the game is to like make as big of a city as you can. So I don't know. I actually did want to, because I've been talking about how I want to start streaming again more in the new year and try and kind of come up with a more regular schedule for myself. And City Skylines 2 has also been one of those games that I want to stream and really kind of dig into and figure out how I feel about that game. Because I think the improvements do make it a better game than City Skylines 1. It's a much more complicated game, but it's better. And once they iron out those other issues, I feel like
much, right?
Yeah, it's mostly optimization. Like the game is there. It's just like the developers, and that they've been very open about this, but the developers have just not been given the time they needed to get everything functioning right. Which is
I'll do it.
with Life by You, when it got canceled, I was bummed, but not entirely surprised.
Yeah.
They kept delaying the game and saying like, "Oh, the game's this," and like I was a follower of the channel, and like I could see the progress of the game, and the game like it really needed a lot of work. I felt like it was good enough where it could be released in early access. Once they got like a core, like it didn't seem like they had the core gameplay loop in place yet. Like they needed to give you a reason. Like when you make a sim in The Sims, now you're trying to keep them alive and trying to accomplish whatever goals you set out for that sim. In City Skylines, it looked like you could do things, but you weren't still quite there trying to keep the person alive, and there wasn't like things you could work towards, it seemed like. And that could obviously be done in early access. I feel like it could have hit early access in a while. They just kept making promises, and you know, it just eventually Paradox was like, nah, not worth it, and then they canceled it.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Someday your Sims game will exist.
Hey, I mean, someday. I mean, it's interesting because I've been doing the coding lessons. I follow Tim Kaine on YouTube. He's the guy he was one of the 3 main developers of Fallout.
Okay.
And his channel is very good. It's a very interesting channel. It's really him talking about his design philosophy, but it's interesting because he is such a programmer. So when he talks about some subjects, he comes at it from like a programmer's perspective. So like sometimes, like before it was like that was more abstract, but now as I like listen to him kind of talk about things, I'm starting to internalize like as an example, he was talking about how he would create a galaxy for his game. Like he would divide the galaxy into quadrants, and then he would give the quadrants a name. And if there were stars in the quadrants, the stars would have a name that's associated with the quadrant, but also is randomly generated based on these values. And as he was like talking about how he would set this system up, in my head, I was trying to figure out like, you know, how would I organize this? How would I process this? And I think it was an interesting thought experiment, to say the least.
I like your elastic band that you're doing right now. Where can I get me a pair of these?
Maybe we should put these in the store. Who knows?
Yeah.
Going back to like if you would pose for figure drawing, it's interesting because on YouTube, Linus Tech Tips, they the like Linus Media Group, they sell underwear, and so like if you go on the Linus Media Group website, you can like they'll have ads for their underwear, and the ad is just Linus in his boxers, like standing there, and I respect that.
You know, stands behind his product.
He does. And same with like Markiplier. Markiplier, he put out a nude calendar for charity, and like, bro is naked in that. Like, good. For, you know, I respect the courage.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you show your dick to the internet if like not for money necessarily, but for charity? And let's take the Markiplier example. Would you show your dick to the internet for charity?
But once again, I'm gonna ask how much charity we raising. Like it still comes down to money.
Let's imagine we're like, okay, so Markiplier is how as famous and well-to-do as he is. We're never gonna get there. Let's just come to terms with that now. Well, we're never gonna get Markiplier.
We might.
We might
take off anytime.
And then I'm definitely sharing my dick.
Exactly. Regardless of whether there's charity or not.
I don't know. I feel like I don't give a shit.
Just kidding.
I feel like
I kind of don't, but I'm not gonna do it, you know, for no reason.
Right. I'm not gonna just like put my dick out there and be like, here you go.
Yeah, like here it is.
Yeah. Maybe once I get like old enough and I don't give a shit anymore, I'll just be like, fuck it. You want it? I read on the internet people wanted to know.
They don't want it anymore once you're old.
Yeah. That's why you gotta share it when you're young.
I'll take a picture now. I'll put it in a vault, and then
There we go.
the moment my heart stops beating, my penis will be released to the internet for everyone to enjoy.
That would be such a funny pack to make. Is link it up to your heart rate
It's happening.
monitor.
I don't think anybody's. I think it would have similar views to our show.
Yeah, I think so too.
4 people.
If heart rate monitor is less than 3, import Dick's star.
All of a sudden you're just like, oh, and then as you're looking down at your dead body floating up into the light, you see the monitor saying uploading.
Oh no! I thought I turned that off.
Mad Lad says I might get killed so that somebody can see my penis. It's true. I shouldn't make these promises. It's got to kill him, and then it's relief.
Yo, dude, I don't know if I love Brandon's work. The stuff he does for DrawBomb, I don't want to ruin that. Bro, do you want to see his dick or not?
All you do is cut his head off, and then we can see. If I die under any suspicious circumstances, it will delete the photo forever.
I did not kill myself. Also, that is my dick.
My penis will self-destruct, and no one will get to see it. Yeah. If there's any... I can't hear, but I'm pretending. Good timed sound alert.
That would be a great time to have that sound alert. You knew what was going on at least. You know what the gyrations I do mean at least. Huh.
I
know those gyrations.
I use that to keep track of the gyrations.
That's right.
Leviathan Death says, fun fact, Markiplier uploaded 4 videos a day to YouTube his first 2 to 3 years into his channel. I just find that insane how dedication goes. Yeah, that's so much.
That's why he's where he is.
Yeah. He's grinding.
You know?
Crazy Cal says there was so much eye contact during your gyrations.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I gotta. One sec. There's so many options. Yep.
What if it's there in your eye?
We've lost all of our viewers now. We've lost them all. Anyway, here's my dick.
Crazy Cal says, this is not what I paid for.
What does anyone pay for?
What
Why
do you pay for?
What do we get paid?
In the meantime, right now, Mad Lad's over drawing a Michael Halloween
Oh,
in the magma.
that actually looks really good.
I like it. Yeah, it's cool.
That's a very nice Michael Halloween you got there, Mad Lad. Mad Lad's got,
Great.
you know, I didn't know this until a week ago, but Mad Lad has some artistic skills too. I mean, I knew that because,
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Mad Lad made videos. I mean, we became aware of Mad Lad through his submissions for the Joel Haver movie challenge.
Right.
So he's definitely got a creative bone in him, but I didn't know he was a talented visual artist.
Save some talent for the rest of us.
That's right.
Leviathan Den says, let's up the sub rate for that content. Yeah, how many channel points to show your penis?
800.
We give you 800 channel points, the viewer.
That's right.
We're looking.
You know, it's funny. For the longest time on newgrounds.com, so like you can, as you level up your profile on Newgrounds, you unlock, at least you used to, on like the original versions of the site, you would unlock secrets, which were really just like the banned games and cartoons that Tom Fulp was like forced to take down because of like the copyright holders were like, hey, you can't make a game where you shoot the bear in the big blue house and he kills you. You can't do that. And so he just put them up like as unlockables for your profile if you got far enough, which first of all based. But then, like, once you unlocked all of those, the next in the list was nude pics of Tom Fulp. But it was always like, in order to get to that, the amount of experience points you would gain was impossible. And I always thought that was very funny. But it would be funny if we did that. But it was legit. Like, you pay us. Let's start the DrawBomb OnlyFans, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's coming.
Oh, it'll be coming, all right.
Ooh. Nice.
Finally, I have all these foot picks, and I have a lot of supply, but not much demand.
That's right. That's right. How do you rate on WikiFeet?
What is Wikipedia? I'm about to learn something.
Oh, I feel weird that I know this then.
Homegrown Simpsons stuff.
Homegrown Simpson stuff, panty jobs. WikiFeet is a website where people rank celebrity feet. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
I don't think I do.
You don't think you what?
I don't think I rank.
Oh, you don't think you rank at all? Okay.
I don't think I'm on there. I don't think I'm in the system.
I feel like my feet would rank 7. Where it's like they're fine, they're not
Out of
gross. Out of 10, yeah.
Wow. So well, 7 is about. It would be like a C plus, B minus. Like you're.
Well, we're not.
They're quality stuff. If I see a 7 for like a film on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm like, okay, that's probably decent.
Oh yeah.
Worth a watch.
I feel like the grading system of American schools does not, like, I'm not going by that when I do a 7 out of 10. My 7 out of 10 is a more balanced, I feel like, sort of scale. Where it's like a 5 is a movie that I just don't have an opinion on. It did not sway me one way or the other. A 6 or above is where, like, I appreciate that, like, the movie has qualities to it. Anything below 5, the movie has negative qualities to it. But so like if I was a 7, it's like I don't have bad feet. There's just like nothing to write home about.
Xenut's is slandering your feet in the chat right now. Says you have hobbit feet. Unless that's a compliment.
Well, I mean, I do got, like, when I say I have hobbit feet, first of all,
big hairy feet.
I think
you're allowed to show them on the stream. I think it is against PB.
Here's my tootsies.
Oh no, we're bad.
Look, here's the thing. My feet have hair on them, which is why they're a 7 and they're not like an 8 or a 9. But it's not like
normal though.
It's not a gross amount of hair. It feels like a very standard amount of hair. The grossest spot when it comes to hair on my foot is the big toe. That knuckle just has some like long strands, and I can trim those. Like that's not a big deal.
I need to start shaving my feet. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, that's why. Like, am I gonna start shaving my feet to get up to a 9 or some shit? No, it's fine.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that hair affected my score negatively.
It might not. It might not.
Foot scale.
I don't know what. Look, there's different things people are looking for.
I'm not
in
part of the
different feet.
community.
I'm not in the feet community either, man. I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I don't know what they want.
What do you want?
Tell me what you want.
I just dropped my pen. Wow, 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 wow. Are you talking about the size of my feet? Yeah, I got big feet. That's better. That's more cushion for the pushing.
You're someone who likes to fuck a foot.
Whole lot of foot for you. You can't fit that thing in your mouth. If it's not the hair, then it's the size. And if it's not the size, am I 3 foot tall? Because I don't know what else.
Finger toes? Are you like able to like do like a pull up using your feet?
Your footprint looks like it belongs to a lost hominid offshoot. I feel like Zach's got some things he's got to get squared away with his own feet. Because I feel like he's saying shit about my feet out of school.
As soon as this stream ends, you need to go over there and kick his door down.
That's right. No.
One boot to the door and it will fly off.
That's the power of my feet right there. No, I feel like these are not accurate. I feel like once this stream ends, Brandon and I are both gonna dip our feet in ink and then upload prints for everyone to decide and discuss. Yeah.
I'm okay. Let's do it. Everyone needs to know. People have been asking since the very beginning of this stream, what are your feet like? And I refuse.
Who are your feet
and what do they
do?
What are your feet like?
What are your feet like? Man, this is a weird episode today, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah,
Really...
it's a weird one.
Brandon!
Do you have anything to plug? Or should we check out the
Let's check out the draw along. Let's check out that draw along.
And as always, I know it's new, but this will stay up even after the show ends. So if you're trying to like put the finishing touches on any of your stuff, don't feel like the clock's ticking this.
Yeah, you can absolutely continue working on this. Brandon, especially, he has access to an archive of all of the show's drawings, I believe. Is that how that works?
I think it stays around for a while, but at least long enough that I will save them before the following week.
Cool. So yeah, if you folks are working on a picture you're feeling particularly attached to, you don't have to rush or anything like that, but we are going to look at these fan draw-alongs. Oh, look at that beautiful, that fridge right there, hold on one sec. Let's just, right there, yep. All right, and, all right. Look at that draw-along right there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff.
So first off, we have a Pac-Man. He's got fangs, kind of like a snake.
He's Kamehameha.
He's menacing. Out of his mouth, he's shooting a beam.
He's Goku.
He's whooping. Isn't Kamehameha? That's Goku?
That's Goku, yeah. Kamehameha.
I sometimes get that mixed up with Hadouken, but I know what I've done wrong.
Okay. They're kind of it's a Hadouken of a different name, you know?
Yeah. Different flavor Hadouken.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sparkling Hadouken.
At the Drawbois who is defenestrating through a window.
That's right. Wait, is he? I guess he's defenestrating himself.
Correct, right? Isn't it? Does it have to be that someone is doing it to you, or is it just the act of passing through the portal of a window?
Defenestration is specifically throwing a person through a window. You are defenestrating that person. So you could say that this Drawbois is defenestrating himself. He's throwing himself through the window.
Got it. I'm learning a lot today.
I love that word though. Defenestrate, top 5 words for me in the English language.
I was talking about it with a coworker who said it this week, and I kind of laughed because I knew what it was. And I was like, we were discussing that. Is it the most specific word there is
in the English language? Possibly. In German,
specific word.
In German, I feel like it's just scratching the surface of specificity. And in the English language specifically, I feel like it's definitely up there in terms of specifying an action.
They have words for like what everything that's ever happened and things that haven't happened yet.
I mean, yeah, they have a word for Schadenfreude, which is the feeling you get, the joy you receive from watching somebody else fail. That is so specific.
It is pretty specific.
There was another German word I've heard recently that was also very specific, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, these guys just have a fucking locked and loaded word for life.
They got words. Words.
That's right. We also have a wonderful Michael Halloween over here.
Yeah. I love how it's kind of like feels like posterized, like cut out. Very cool.
It's very cool. It's very nicely done. I like the screen print, sort of like nature. You're doing the color layering. It looks good. You did a good job. And he's blushing now. I like how I do love Mad Lad making like all of his characters blush once we start looking at it. It's funny. It's always like once Senpai notices the drawing,
yeah,
they blush.
Like Halloween's mask is blushing.
That is, yeah. It means he skinned William Shatner while William Shatner was blushing.
You had to wait for the right moment. Thanks, Crazy Kyle and Mad Lad, for drawing along.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys gracing our lovely draw along canvas and participating in this new thing we're trying out.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Ian, do you have anything else to plug?
Watch Bodyhead on YouTube, and we'll probably hit episode 200 before I plug this, but Bodyhead will be airing on Adult Swim proper in the middle of November. Very excited about that. In the meantime, please tell your friends, tell your family, watch Bodyhead on YouTube. When you finish one Bodyhead episode, click through to another Bodyhead episode that does genuinely help the metrics. That's it. That's all I got to plug is the Adult Swim show that I got to work on the pilot for.
Only thing I got, and maybe we could I don't know if it's worth bringing up on the stream if we should or not, but the choose your own adventure that we are going to attempt starting to do.
Yeah.
Basically, me and Ian, our friendship and our creative collaboration all started when we were kids on a forum doing almost this exact thing where
it's true.
We'd do a drawing and then we'd let everybody in the
BDS forum
talk about what they want to see happen. And then we'd pick a random one, and then the next person would draw what happens, and then we just go back and forth. And it's fun for me and Ian because we never knew what the other person was going to pick or what they're going to draw. So the story that we're, and then it's handed back to you like a hot potato, and you don't know what you're going to get, and you have to come up with the next part. And it's kind of like improv-y. It's kind of fun for us as much as it is fun for the viewers.
I like that descriptor. It's a thing we've done a lot in the past, but we've never had a proper name for it. But hot potato storytelling does very much fit this paradigm we've worked within a lot.
It. It's ours.
Yeah, let's coin it now. Hot potato storytelling. It's like the animations we did. Dips. We did it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're not part of the Discord, please join the Discord.
There you go.
There we go. There it is. You can vote on it there, and things will happen based on what the hell you people.
What the hell? But yeah, we think you guys will enjoy. I'm very much looking forward to it. It does harken back very much to our initial collaborations, which is really cool. It's cool to kind of bring that back in a fun way, and I would love to do those animations. Those would be fun to post on the YouTube channel, is making those really quick hot potato animations that we did,
Yeah, sure.
That being said,
thanks everybody for watching the stream. Crazy Kyle, Mad Lad, Z Newts, Leviathan Den, and some lurkers apparently, but we appreciate you for watching, even if you're shy.
Even if you just came for the Drawbois in underwear. I don't know. We drew that. That's the thing that happened.
I mean, that's why I
that's why I show every week. Yeah. I'm here for the undies.
Here for the good. Yeah. Stay tuned for our line of underwear that'll be coming out.
That's right.
Anytime.
Yep. You'll see the pictures of us wearing them. That's how you'll know.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
there you go.
This is a fun episode. I'm sorry we talked about half the things that we ended up talking about. This is a particularly body focused episode, I feel like. With a little bit of Sandy Hook thrown in there, just for shits and giggles. Just sprinkled in there for taste. By the way, I feel awful saying that, so truly bad.
Good.
That is the correct response to a horrible tragedy, is to feel bad about it. So, anyways, that being said, on that lovely note, watch Bodyhead on YouTube, please, for the love of fucking God. We need those views. We need those views, and then we'll never have to talk about any of this shit ever again. Episode 200's coming up.
Ideally we want to talk about it forever, and if you watch it, then there'll be more episodes that we can talk about. It'll be a fun time.
Perfect. Absolutely.
So watch Bodyhead. Go vote on the stupid thing in Discord.
Yeah.
The Choose Your Own Adventure. And
Also vote,
you
I
know.
guess. Probably vote too.
Oh yeah.
Other
I
than that,
actually in the post I wrote something along the lines of like, this is the most important vote any of us will be doing in the near future.
nice. All right. On that note, goodbye, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
watching this weird fucking episode where I talked about if I would show people my penis or not.
We did talk a lot about that.
We did.
And we were all on board.